Hi everyone. So basically एक बहुत frank conversation करते हैं about the entire non-tech hiring process that these non-tech companies are following to hire interns and for full-time offers. Now I think this video will be useful for you irrespective of whether you are just going into your placement season, the upcoming placement season, or if you are sitting for your internships or you are still in your first or your second year and you're wondering how to build a really good profile for these companies. Now one thing to keep in mind is that every company is different and the process that they follow might be really different. But the way that I think about it is that almost all companies have a very similar process with a very small tweak. And we'll be talking about those tweaks in this entire video. And hopefully by the end of this video, you will basically know कि fourth year में जब interviews हो रहे होते हैं या फिर final year में जब interviews हो रहे होते हैं, so what are companies exactly looking for and what kind of a process will they follow? Okay, so let's come to the shortlisting phase. I think the most important thing when you think about the shortlisting phase is what is your CGPA? Yes, your cumulative grade point average. Now, I think that this is one thing that a lot of students in their initial years, they undermine and ultimately they end up regretting it. So I don't want you to make that mistake. Irrespective of the role that we are talking about, most companies will have a CGPA criteria on the basis of which they will shortlist you. Now, this is something you can't really change once you are at the end of your penultimate year, at the starting of your last year. But it is something that you can really work on in your first 2 years. So make sure your CGPA is as high as possible. Don't listen to anyone who says that CGPA really doesn't matter. It does matter, it matters a lot. Now, if you are in your final year or in your pre-final year and you don't think that your CGPA is amazing, let me tell you, don't worry too much about it now. Just know that there are companies that will be willing to hire you even with a lower CGPA. So let's actually talk about some figures. Now what I saw from my experience was that most companies were looking for a CGPA of at least 7 or a 70% equivalent, and that there were some companies that wanted a 7.5 or higher, and then there were some companies that were on the lower end of it. So if you can imagine a normal distribution curve, the maximum amount of companies would come under the 7 CGPA criteria. There were some companies with 7.5 and above, and there were some companies that were fine with a 6.5 or a 6 and above. If you are above 7, great, try to push it to 7.5. If you are above 7.5, great, try to push it to 8. Okay, so let's come to the second part for our first phase, which is the resume shortlisting. Now, not all companies might use this, but I have seen that a lot of companies actually do use this, is where they take your resume and based on your resume, they shortlist you. So basically, आपके resume में क्या क्या है? Do you have experiences? Do you have internships? Do you have some competitions that you went to? Did you have some positions of responsibility? On those factors, the companies will try to shortlist you. And for this, I recommend that you should start making your resume as soon as possible for your placement season. Okay, let's come to the third part, which is the aptitude round. Now, most companies, I will say at least 95% of the companies will have some kind of an aptitude round, which will be based on verbal ability as well as quantitative aptitude, which is basically English and maths. I've seen that a lot of students really are scared of this part of the entire process because they feel that their maths and English is not at the same level as a lot of their fellow students. But I will tell you that if you have a few months, if you have at least 2 months, then you don't need to really worry about it. You can refer to Arun Sharma's books for the CAT exam, and they will basically cover whatever you want to know for the aptitude round for most companies. Now make sure that if you do end up getting those books, definitely have a focus on the level 1 and level 2 problems, and if you're able to do those level 2 problems, then I don't think you should really about this particular round. There might also be some logic reasoning and data interpretation questions, which there were for a few companies. So make sure that you practice that as well. I will also recommend you to take some online mock tests because when we take mock tests, we get into the habit of test taking, and that is something that I would definitely ask you to focus on. The way to do that is to just go to Google and search for online aptitude test, and you'll get like a 20-minute test or a half-an-hour test, which I think will suffice. Okay, now let's come to the fourth part. A lot of companies did have this when I was going through my placement process. It is the group discussion. Generally, what will happen is that companies will have, from the pool of candidates, they'll select between 5 and 10 candidates for each group. They'll sit them together, and everyone will have to discuss a particular topic that the company will give you. If you're sitting for a business role, the company might give you something like design an approach to solve company XYZ's business problem. And you have to do that as a group, or the topic can even be a bit more generic, or it can be from the news. If you're aiming for a firm which has a semi-tech role, they might give you something like discuss the situation of electrical vehicles in India. So again, there's going to be some relevance to the company that is coming to hire you, to the group discussion topic, as well as something from the news. So make sure you're following the news and you're basically aware of what's going on around you. That's also, I think, generally good advice, not just for group discussions, but also for interviews, because a lot of the times companies, for example, a finance company might ask you, well, what did you think about the budget if your interview was happening, for example, in February? So you really need to stay relevant. So I think it's just good overall advice to follow news as much as possible. Other than that, the standard way to prepare for group discussions would be to get a group of your friends together and just basically try and talk to them about as many different topics as you can think of. That will make sure that even if you don't know a lot about the topic on D-Day, you'll be able to come up with something creative and some of your own original points because you have done some kind of practice related to that. Okay, मेरे phone की battery चली गई थी, so let's try this again. Now the second phase is what I call subject matter rounds. कोई डरने की जरूरत नहीं है. These are basically interview rounds that will focus on the role that you are being hired for. So in case of a consulting firm, you might have a guesstimate round followed by a case study round. Now if you don't know what a guesstimate and a case interview is, I'll be taking that up as a video in this channel later on. If it is a finance firm, it might be related to your knowledge about finance and also just making sure that you know the role that you're being hired for, as well as some subject matter knowledge in the field that you're being hired in. Okay, so let's come to what's possibly going to be the last round for any company, and that is the fit round. The fit round is basically where a hiring manager would sit down with you and talk about your cultural fit within the company. So this is where you'll be asked, what are your goals? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What do you think about the roles and responsibilities? And it's just to basically understand how well you will fit within the company. Now, a lot of candidates I've seen not preparing for this round, and that is a big mistake. Please don't do that. Again, there'll be videos on this channel about how to crack the fit round, and you can just follow the channel for more on that. I'll also be sharing some resources that I had, obviously, to help you get through the fit round. Now, there are some caveats that you should keep in mind. The first thing is that, like I said in the beginning of this video, this process is generally similar for most companies with slight tweaks. Now, what I mean by slight tweaks is that some companies might choose to have a guesstimate round while others may not. Some companies might choose to have the guesstimate round at the end, which is something that happened with me in one of the companies that I interviewed at. The idea is for you to prepare in a structured manner so you are ready for basically any kind of interview that you might face. A lot of the times we're not really sure if we want to go into consulting or if we want to go into finance or if we want to go into product. Again, the idea is to prepare in a structured manner so that you're basically prepared for any interview that might come your way. Okay, so we are at the end of the video. In further videos, I'll be covering the subject matter rounds as well as the fit rounds in detail, so stay tuned for those. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.